So I was making the second half of this series, and I noticed that one of them was incorrect. So now I'm going to do this number 6 real quick, and then we'll go on to what I did yesterday, 7 through 10. So number 6 of the policies that Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton have the exact fucking same is they don't care about the poor. Their economic policies will not benefit me or you or the people below the middle class, which is an increasingly large amount of Americans, as the middle class has evaporated under Obama, and everyone has just fallen below the middle class, or the working class, or poor, poverty, whatever class you want to call it. Over 90% of the wealth gained since 2008 has been towards the 1%. And you wonder why I rail on the 1%. They're the only ones that have benefited since 2008, since the crash occurred. Hillary is Obama 2.0 on almost every single policy. She will just continue the same economic policies that strangle the economy and have all the growth go towards the 1%. Her group, her big donors give her money and say, put down these policies that will help us. And she's like, okay. Trump, he is the very definition of the 1%. He touts himself as not within the system, not within the establishment. He is the face of the establishment. The business and government rotation that occurs in Washington, he is doing exactly that. He has been a businessman for decades, and now he wants to put himself in politics. It's rotating. Once he gets out of politics, he'll go right back to his business. It's the very corruption, the very self-revolving door that has got us into this complete and utter mess already. And he is the face of it. He will create policies that will benefit his businesses, the people who gave him money, his business little buddies that are also rich as hell. And he'll do nothing to help the small workers. He has a history of screwing over his own workers. He has declared bankruptcy, at least 4 times? Every single time, this is how he does it. He sees the company is about to crash because he has the insider knowledge that the ordinary worker does not have any knowledge of. He pulls all of his money out of the company, into offshore bank accounts, into hidden funds, into wherever will be safe. Then the company crashes. The whole workers are screwed. They're out of a job. They're out of their health care. And he just goes on to the next business. He's declared bankruptcy 4 fucking times. He has money in all these different businesses. He can just move his money around. He knows the system. He is the system. Neither candidate will help the poor or combat the rising inequality in this country. Both candidates have a proven track record of benefiting the 1% and destroying the rest of us, the 99, the vast majority of the country. They will screw over. They have a track record of doing that. They will say they were going to do that, and then they're going to. That's number 6. Go on to number 7 through 10. Number 7, 10 plus wars. The average citizen, first of all, doesn't know where Iraq is on the map. Second of all, doesn't know that we're in 10 plus wars. Like we're involved in the drug war in Mexico and Colombia. We have troops stationed in Nigeria doing drone strikes there, in Djibouti, in Somalia, in Yemen. We're funding rebels, and we have CIA mercenaries in Syria. We're fighting in Afghanistan, in Pakistan, and Iraq. I mean, that's just, 8 right there? There's some other countries too, but I don't have to list every single one of them. All these wars, all across the world, we're fighting. And do you really think that's to defend the American people? Oh yeah, what a convenience excuse. You see some big guy wailing on some small guy, and the big guy he was going to attack me first, so I just took aim to protect myself. And he does this to every other skinny guy he finds, and you're supposed to believe, oh yeah, it's in self-defense. It's to defend our interests. Well, when our interests are funding fascists and dictators and terrorists, why the fuck is that our interest? Why the fuck is that a U.S. interest that we go to war over? Just look at our fucking track record. Afghanistan, Iraq, you can count Somalia in the 90s. But let's just start with the war on terror. So Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya, Syria. That's just 4 of the recent ones. All complete fucking failures. Every single scenario, we came in thinking we were the white knight, thinking we were going to make the situation better, and we just completely fucked up the country. Just every single fucking time. We have our people conduct foreign policy and military interventions are so fucking incompetent and inefficient that no, we just shouldn't do it at all. Bring all the troops home, close all the bases, which military bases around the world harbor more crime and murders. Just look up the stats. As soon as a military base props up, crime goes up, murder goes up, corruption goes up. I'm not making it up. And I'm not saying it's a soldier's fault. It's a convoluted reason as to why military bases spur those actions, but it does happen. They have proven it. They have just researched the areas before and after a military base. Every single fucking time that's what fucking happens. Get out of these wars. We do not need to attack 10 plus countries and spend billions and billions of dollars. I mean, our defense budget is a huge fucking chunk of our annual budget every single fucking year. If we were just to cut back on all that, we could save so much fucking money. And that ties into the deficit thing I did in the previous video, okay? Number 8, the asset forfeiture. Both candidates support asset forfeiture. Then you know what that is? No, probably not. Average citizen doesn't because it's not mentioned a lot in the media. Asset forfeiture gives the police the right to steal your cash from you, and all they have to say is, oh, we think it's drug money. Oh, we think it's used for bad purposes, for illegal purposes. That's all I have to say. You don't have to get charged or convicted of any crime whatsoever. You completely be obeying the law. You just have a bunch of cash on you because you're going to pay your workers, or you're going to put a down payment on something, whatever. For any reason, you have a large amount of cash. They can steal your money from you. The police can steal your money from you under the program, asset forfeiture, and then it is almost impossible for you to get the money back, or you have to spend so much money to get the money back that it's not worth it. You know, it's like, how the fucking hell is that American? To allow police forces to do that to us, to brutalize us and steal money from us. We went to war with Britain over that, and now we're just sitting here taking it. Because people don't care. They don't even know that program exists. They think, oh, odds are it's not going to happen to me out of the millions of people, so I shouldn't care. No, you should care about these issues, even though odds are they won't particularly happen to you because yours one out of millions. Because if it happens to you, you would want other people to stick up for you, right? It's the golden fucking rule. Act like how you would like others to act towards you. This is why I care about all these issues that don't immediately affect me, because I would like to hope that there's some humanity left in the world, that if I care about these issues because they negatively affect other people, that if I was to be the victim of terrorism or asset forfeiture or the U.S. government oppressing me in some way, I would like other people around the country, around the world, to care about it, to stand up for me because I'm just one person, okay? God. Police forces in this country is an oppressive force. Just bear down on people through enforcing bullshit laws and straight up stealing your fucking money. And you wonder why people hate the police. That was number 8. Number 9, neither of them pay attention to the Constitution. You know, back when we made this country, we had this really golden rule, this marvelous idea that the government should only do what the Constitution tells it to do, because if it doesn't, then it's just free reign to whatever the lawmakers want it to do. They can just write a law. The government should do this. The government should control this. The government should regulate this. And then that's when the government spirals out of control in terms of its control and size. That is why Article 9, it's Article 9 or Article 10? Pretty sure. That's kind of bad. I don't know which one. I'm pretty sure it's 10th Amendment. Says the government cannot do anything, the federal government cannot do anything that the Constitution does not specifically tell it to do. Well, unfortunately, our lawmakers abandoned that principle long ago, and now, here is where we're in the situation now. This is how we got to the situation. With the government controlling every single aspect of our lives, strangleholding the economy, out of control spending, out of control encroachment on your life. Use all these programs that are not listed in the Constitution, the federal government has no business doing. Now, they can make an amendment to the Constitution saying that, oh yes, the government should be in charge of Social Security, for example. I was railing on number 9. I think I've already made a point of that one. Last one is both of them support the war on drugs. You know, I don't know how anyone takes a look at the track record of the war on drugs. You know, the amount of people killed, the amount of people imprisoned, the amount of money it costs, the amount of government effort and energy it has to come into to support all these police activities and the equipment and all that stuff. And just say, yeah, that's a good program. We should continue this program. And just Jesus fucking Christ. We're talking about thousands of people killed in the name of war on drugs. Yeah, we're going to save you from ruining your body of drugs by fucking killing you. Yeah, that makes perfect fucking sense. Spending billions of dollars, again, the war on drugs is a sizable chunk of our annual budget. If we can get rid of the war on drugs and just say, as consenting adults, you choose what you put in your own bodies. If you want to be an idiot and overdose on cocaine, then go the fuck ahead. We are not a nanny state. We are not going to hold your hand throughout life. You're a consenting adult. You can do what you fucking want. There is no victim when you are putting something in your own body. The government should have no fucking business telling me what I can and cannot put in my own body. It goes into number 9. Where in the Constitution does it say that the federal government has the right to wage war against its own citizenry in the name of preventing certain substances from going in their bodies? Where in the Constitution does it say that? No, it's illegal. The whole thing is unconstitutional. Get rid of it. We can reduce the budget by getting rid of it. We can reduce the size of government. We can use the police to actually catch criminals, actually people who are committing crimes with actual victims, instead of them running around shooting people. Mostly minorities. Minorities are most heavily affected by the drug war. Most people in jail are for non-violent drug offenses. They just simply use the drug, or they had some on them, and then they get put in jail for years and years and years. Meanwhile, a rich, privileged white kid can rape a woman and only get 3 months in jail. Now tell me how that is the right way to go about governing this nation. Just how is that a good justice system? How are you supposed to respect the judicial system in this country when it goes and does that shit all the fucking time? That's just not a anomaly, a rare case. All the time, black people get put in jail for decades because of a non-violent drug offense, and yet rich, privileged kids get out of jail in months when they are drunk driving, hit into a car, killing 4 people. And there's, just stopped on the wrist. Oh, he just didn't know what he was doing. The affluenza case, yeah, that's just, that's so fucking amazing. How do you expect the American people, me, to have respect for a judicial system that is so obviously skewed in favor of the 1%? The government is a joke. The government is a mockery of what it was supposed to be. And the war on drugs is just a small part in that embarrassment. It's a disgrace. And both candidates support it. They love it. They're the 1%. They benefit from it. They're not going to get caught. Obama's daughter got caught smoking weed on camera. Do you think a police officer is going to run up to her and shoot her in the face? No, because she's part of the 1%. Now, it's not her fault, but I'm just saying if a poor black man is doing the exact same thing, they get shot all the time for that. People of all races get shot in the drug war, get killed. So many lives are adversely affected by the war on drugs, and both candidates support it. It's a fucking horrible policy. And that concludes my series on 10 horrible policies that Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton had the exact same position on.